There's a moment, quiet and unannounced, where something inside you simply stops. Not because you failed, not because you're weak, but because the act of holding everything together has become heavier than the act of release. You've spent months, maybe years, trying to bend life into your design, drawing plans, chasing outcomes, forcing answers out of silence. Every day waking up to the same race, every night collapsing into the same exhaustion. And then, without fanfare, without a breaking point, you exhale, you unclench, you let go. And strangely enough, that's when life begins to shift. Not when you pushed harder, not when you clung tighter, but when you finally stepped out of your own way. Because here's the truth. Life doesn't answer to force, it answers to flow. And the moment you stop demanding it to move on your schedule, it begins moving in ways you couldn't have planned if you tried. Letting go isn't weakness. It's not giving up. It's not a collapse of effort. It's a deeper kind of strength. The kind that says, I trust that what is mine is already moving toward me. I don't need to chase what cannot run. Most people never reach this place. They live their entire lives in fight mode, not just against the world, but against time, against others, against themselves. They wake up in urgency, they chase goals with panic, they go to sleep with tension buzzing in their chest. And the saddest part, they believe this is normal. They mistake fear for discipline. They mistake exhaustion for success. But urgency doesn't come from clarity, it comes from fear. Fear of being left behind, fear of not being enough, fear that if they don't grip every detail, everything will fall apart. And here's the secret nobody teaches you. Life isn't a machine you fix. It's a rhythm you align with. And like any rhythm, the more tense you are, the more out of sync you become. You miss the cues. You stumble over the timing. You try to speed up what was always meant to unfold slowly. Real peace, the kind that doesn't vanish when the lights go off, is born in the moment you stop demanding the present to be something it isn't. When you stop trying to hold water in your hands and finally let it stream through your fingers. That's where the shift begins. That's when opportunities reveal themselves. Not because you hunted them down, but because you were finally still enough to see them. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. The truth is simple. Life is not against you. It is only waiting for you to release the grip so it can finally move. The detours, the pauses, the closed doors, they weren't mistakes. They weren't proof of your failure. They were quiet whispers saying, you don't need to push so hard. You're still being led. But most ignore this. They drown in noise. They scramble for control. They spend their days trying to outthink the unknown, forgetting that the unknown is not the enemy. It's the birthplace of everything they want but cannot yet see. The unknown holds the love you haven't met, the clarity you haven't touched, the opportunities you haven't imagined. And when you stop fighting it, you start to co-create with it. Something changes in you when you let go. Your presence shifts, you move differently. Not because your circumstances are perfect, but because your energy is no longer chained to fear. And people notice. They feel it before you say a word. They sense the calm in your presence, the steadiness in your silence, the gravity in your energy. This is magnetism, not the loud performance of trying to be noticed, but the quiet depth of being aligned. And that alignment draws in what chasing never could. Attention comes, love flows, opportunities appear. Not because you demanded them, but because you became someone who was finally ready to receive. And understand this, control is the language of insecurity. It says, I don't trust what's coming, so I must shape it myself. But surrender, true surrender, isn't passive. It's powerful. It says, I trust that what is meant for me is already finding me. I don't need to run after it. I only need to receive it when it arrives. And from that trust comes a power that no performance can match. It's the calm confidence that draws people in. It's the quiet presence that makes others feel safe. It's the peace in your eyes that tells the world. I've seen the chaos, I've walked through it, and it didn't break me. It built me. Here's the paradox. When you force, clarity blurs. When you chase, doors close. When you grip, life resists. But when you let go, your vision clears. You hear the signals. You notice the timing. Opportunities didn't vanish when you were forcing. You just couldn't see them. You were too caught in panic to notice what was already waiting. But when you slow down, the outer world doesn't stop. It synchronizes. It begins to move with you, not against you. And suddenly you're making better choices. Not from urgency, but from alignment. This is why stillness is more powerful than struggle, why patience is stronger than panic, why trust is braver than control. Because from stillness, you gain everything. Clarity that arrives quietly, opportunities that appear naturally, love that flows without condition. And from trust, you gain the power you've been chasing. Not the loud, desperate kind, but the steady, unshakable kind that doesn't need to prove itself. That's the shift people feel. That's the energy they can't explain. That's the gravity that draws them in. So the next time you feel yourself trying to grip life tighter, remember this. You weren't meant to carry the weight of the world. You weren't meant to micromanage the unknown. You weren't meant to outrun the current. You were meant to flow with it, to trust it, to align with it. And when you do, life finally responds. Not with chaos, not with resistance, but with rhythm, with grace, with timing more perfect than your plans ever could be. So breathe, step back, trust the current. You were never meant to chase, you were meant to trust, and when you finally let go, you discover the truth that changes everything. Life doesn't respond to force, it responds to flow.